Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English with Friends, the podcast where we help you level up your English while talking about life. I'm your host, Emily. How is everyone doing today?
Hi, Emily. I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here. Today's topic is one of my favorite things to talk about.
Me too, Alex. Today we are asking a big question: motivation versus discipline. Which one is better? Which one helps you finish your goals?
It's a classic fight, right? Like Batman versus Superman.
Exactly. In this episode, we're going to talk about why motivation feels good, but sometimes fails us, and why discipline is like a superpower. We will share stories, give you tips to improve your English, and help you stay focused on your dreams. But before we dive in, if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, please hit that follow or subscribe button.
Yes, and if you find this helpful, share it with one friend who is also learning English. It helps us grow and helps more people learn for free.
Okay, Alex, let's start with a simple question. What is motivation to you?
Oh, motivation is that spark. You watch a movie about a runner and suddenly you want to run a marathon. You feel fired up. You buy new shoes, you feel excited, and you say, I am going to change my life today.
I know that feeling. I felt that way last month about learning to cook. I bought 5 cookbooks and a new apron. I was so motivated on Monday.
And what happened on Wednesday, Emily?
On Wednesday, I was tired. I ordered pizza. The cookbooks are still in the plastic wrap.
See, that is the problem with motivation. It's like a feeling, and feelings change. One day you feel like a lion, the next day you feel like a sleepy cat.
That is a great way to put it. So if motivation is the spark, what is discipline?
Discipline is the engine. It doesn't care how you feel. If you have discipline, you cook the healthy meal because it is 6 p.m. and that is what you do. You don't ask yourself, do I feel like cooking? You just do it.
Wow, that sounds a bit harder, Alex. A bit less fun than motivation.
You're right. It is harder at first, but let me tell you a story about a student I knew named Maria. Maria wanted to learn English because she wanted a better job. At first, she was very motivated. She studied for 4 hours every day for a week. She was flying.
4 hours? That's a lot for a beginner.
It was too much. By the second week, she was exhausted. She stopped studying for 10 days. She felt guilty. She told me, Alex, I lost my motivation. I think I'm not good at English.
Oh no, I think many of our listeners feel that way sometimes. They think if the feeling is gone, they should stop.
Exactly. But I told Maria, stop waiting for the feeling. Build a system. We changed her plan. Instead of 4 hours when she felt excited, she committed to 15 minutes every single morning while drinking her coffee, no matter what.
Just 15 minutes?
Just 15 minutes. Even if she was tired, even if she was bored. That is discipline. 6 months later, Maria was speaking English at an intermediate level. She didn't win because she was excited. She won because she didn't stop.
I love that. She won because she didn't stop. That is so powerful. So, Alex, for our friends listening who want to be more disciplined with their English, what can they do? Give us some simple steps.
Great question. Here are 3 simple tips. 1. Start tiny. Don't say, I will study for an hour. Say, I will listen to this podcast for 5 minutes. It's hard to say no to 5 minutes. 2. Same time, same place. Discipline loves a routine. If you study at 8 a.m. at your kitchen table, your brain starts to prepare itself automatically. 3. Forget perfection. Some days you will be bad at English. You will forget words. That's okay. Discipline means showing up even when you are having a bad English day.
I have bad English days, and I'm a native speaker. Sometimes I forget the word for refrigerator.
Exactly. Discipline is about the habit, not about being perfect.
Alex, we talked about Maria and how she changed her life with 15 minutes a day, but I have a question. What happens when life gets messy? You know, when you have a long day at work or the kids are crying and you just want to sit on the sofa and do nothing.
Oh, the sofa trap. I know it well. This is where we talk about the rule of five.
The Rule of Five? That sounds like a secret agent movie. Tell me more.
It's very simple. When you feel that laziness coming, tell yourself, I will do just 5 minutes of English.
Only five?
Yes, because usually the hardest part of discipline is starting. Once you sit down and open your book or turn on a podcast, your brain says, oh, this isn't so bad. Usually you will stay for 20 minutes, but even if you stop at 5, you still kept your promise to yourself. You kept the discipline chain alive.
The discipline chain. I love that. It's like a game. If you miss a day, the chain breaks. If you do it every day, the chain gets stronger.
Exactly. And here's another tip for our intermediate learners: environment design.
Environment design? Do I need to buy new furniture, Alex?
No. It means making the good habit easy and the bad habit hard. For example, if you want to study English in the morning, put your English book on top of your coffee machine the night before.
Ah, so I have to touch the book to get my coffee.
Precisely. And if you spend too much time on social media instead of learning, move your English apps to the first page of your phone and hide your social media apps in a folder on the last page.
That is so smart. You're making your environment work for you, not against you. I actually have a story about a listener named Hero. He was very frustrated because he lived in a city where nobody spoke English. He had no motivation because he felt lonely.
That's a big challenge. Language is for talking to people.
Right? So Hero decided to use passive discipline. Every time he got into his car to drive to work, which was a 30-minute drive, he turned on an English podcast. He didn't ask himself if he wanted to listen. It just became the sound of the car.
Wow, so the car became his classroom?
Exactly. He did this for 1 year. 1 year. He told me that at first he understood nothing. He felt bored, but because he didn't stop, his ears slowly opened. Now he can watch movies without subtitles. He didn't need a teacher. He just needed a car and a routine.
That is a perfect example of discipline winning. Motivation would have died after the first week of not understanding. Discipline kept the radio on.
Alex, why does it feel so good when we actually finish our study goal, even if it's small?
It's science, Emily. When you finish a task, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. It's the reward chemical.
So if I finish my 15 minutes of English, my brain gives me a little high five?
Exactly. A chemical high five. And the more small wins you have, the more your brain wants to do it again. So discipline actually creates motivation eventually.
Wait, so if I am disciplined, I will eventually feel motivated again?
Yes, they are partners. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. And discipline creates more motivation. It's a beautiful circle.
This has been such a deep talk, Alex. I think my favorite part was the Rule of Five. It makes everything feel so much easier.
I'm glad. To everyone listening, don't wait for a lightning bolt of energy to hit you. Just start, even if you're tired, even if you're slow.
You are building a better version of yourself, one word at a time. Thank you for being part of our English chain today.
We are so proud of you. Keep going.
Alex, we've made discipline sound like a magic trick. But let's be honest, some days discipline is hard. What happens when we fail? What if a listener misses 2 days, or a week, or even a month of English?
Oh, this is the most important part. Most people think that if they break the chain, they have failed completely. They say, well, I missed 3 days, I might as well give up.
I do that. I call it all or nothing thinking. If I can't do it perfectly, I don't want to do it at all.
Exactly. But here is the secret. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about starting again.
Starting again. That sounds much kinder.
There's a great rule called never miss twice. If life gets crazy and you miss Monday, that's okay. That's life. But your only goal for Tuesday is to make sure you don't miss a second time.
I love that. It's like a safety net. It stops one mistake from becoming a bad habit.
Think about the gym. If you want big muscles, do you go to the gym for 10 hours in one day and then never go back?
No, you would just be very sore and probably end up in the hospital.
Right. You get muscles by going for 45 minutes 3 times a week for a year. English is a mental muscle.
I see. So when I learn 10 new words today, I might not feel fluent tomorrow, but I am adding a tiny bit of muscle to my brain.
Exactly. And some days you go to the gym and you have a bad workout. You feel weak, but you still went. That is the victory. In English, some days you will listen to a movie and understand nothing. You'll feel linguistically weak. But if you keep the TV on, you're still training.
Alex, give our listeners an emergency plan. What should they do on their busiest, most stressful day to keep their discipline alive?
Okay, here is the 3-step emergency English plan. Lower the bar. If your goal was 30 minutes, change it to 1 minute. Use dead time. Study while you brush your teeth or while you're waiting for the microwave to finish. 1-word victory. Open a dictionary app, learn 1 new word, and say it out loud. Done.
That is so easy. There are no excuses. I can learn 1 word while I'm waiting for my coffee to brew.
Exactly. Discipline is just a series of small yeses. You just have to say yes to one small thing.
As we get close to the end of our talk, I want to remind everyone that learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes, don't compare your day 10 to someone else's day 1000. Emily and I have been speaking English our whole lives, and we're still learning new things.
It's true. I learned a new word just yesterday. Be patient with yourself. Discipline is an act of self-love. You are doing the hard work now so that future you can have a better life.
That is beautiful, Emily. Discipline is a gift you give to your future self.
What a wonderful way to end. Alex, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today.
It was my pleasure. I hope everyone feels a little more ready to build their engine of discipline.
To all our listeners, we are part of your English family. We're so happy to be on this journey with you.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share this episode. It really helps the show.
And remember, motivation gets you to the starting line, but discipline gets you to the finish line.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.